Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Ace, and as you can see, I got another TF2 commentary here for you. Playing as a demo man for very obvious reasons, because with the Mecha update, or the Christmas update even, there was a new primary for the demo man, which is the loose cannon, which is the primary that you see right now. And the loose cannon is quite literally a loose cannon. And I've had some time to play around with it a little bit. I've been using a shield as a secondary constantly, as well as a bottle, which is why you can definitely see some very intriguing bottle kills during this gameplay. However, I do have to say that on a personal level, I have some trouble getting a feel for this cannon, if you like, due to the initial delay of the cannon perhaps, or the fact that the projectile feels a bit slow or clunky. I'm not sure what it is, but something throws me off compared to, let's say, my flare gun. Now on the screen right now you can see the exact tooltips and stats, so if you want to pause the video and read through that real quick, you can do that. But you can definitely tell by the debuffs that this is a weapon that they want you to use while you're thinking to a certain extent. If you look at the cannonballs, do not explode on impact, which means you have to time it. And as well as you can see by the 50% damage penalty on contact with surface, you have to really time it with that fuse mechanic. Now if you just shoot your cannonball with no charging it up, if you like, or pre-igniting the fuse, it will take 2 seconds to explode after it left your cannon. Now if you hold your fire button for, let's say, a second and then fire it takes about a second for it to explode. Now with a lot of trial and error you can get the hang of this, depending on distance and depending on what you want to hit. But you want to make sure that your cannonball doesn't hit any surfaces before it explodes, and when it does explode, that it is in range of somebody that, can die because of you. But there's even one step further you can go with this to do even more damage. In fact, if you do it right, you can instantly kill a soldier and severely harm a heavy that is not overhealed, of course. What you want to do is first hit somebody with just a cannonball, and then time it, or have timed it so perfectly well that once they have hit the cannonball directly explodes after that. Which means they take the knockback damage and the explosion damage as well, which is usually somewhere around the 200 health gone, which is a lot of damage. But it takes a lot of good timing, which is pretty hard to do. I, however, just like the knockback part of this entire weapon. This is why I'm using it on Nucleus. This is why I was planning to use it on Hightower, because the knockback effect is so strong in consideration to any other knockback effect that I've seen on guns so far. Because the knockback is really huge, and if you hit people correctly once they are in the air as such, you can really send them flying, or send them to their inevitable demise by firing them to off the cliff or off the map or in a pit. It's really satisfying to do so. However, these weapons are, of course, designed with man versus machine in mind. This is why it's called the Mecha update. And in man versus machine, this weapon is kind of nice to have as a backup if you don't have a pyro, for example. Due to the knockback, you can actually save the match if a robot with the bomb gets very close to the point, and you can just knock him back, as a pyro normally would do with their air blast. However, it does not compete to the amount of satisfaction I get from knocking people back in hallways and seeing the cannonballs bounce through them or off them. It sometimes does happen that it goes through them, and if it bounces off them, it can actually hit multiple people as well with that. So you can send people bouncing and flying around and doing so much damage with just so little effort sometimes, if the positioning is right. So let me know what you think of this weapon. You know what I think, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.